Well, everyone, welcome to my review of the one and only Sonic the Hedgehog. Through my review, I will be giving my overall thoughts on every zone in the entire game, including a little mini ranking coming later. While talking about the good and the bad about the game. Keep in mind that these are all my personal opinions. You can have your own opinions, and it's okay if you don't agree. Now let's get started. One of those best things about video games is the soundtrack. Including my favorite soundtrack coming from Starlight Zone. There is a lot of good soundtracks in Sonic the Hedgehog, especially the iconic one from Green Hill Zone, you know. And in Green Hill Zone, this is where you start to your new journey begins. Sonic the Hedgehog is just minding his own business until he recently found out that these animals are being trapped. These are being captured. So he tries to go in and stop the evil little Dr. Robotnik. Yes, he wasn't called Eggman until all the other ones. Getting to the stages of Sonic the Hedgehog, some are good, but some aren't. In fact, some has ridiculously huge problems. So, we're going to be going through the stages that I like and why I like them, that makes them a good stage, and then we're going to be going through the bad stages of what makes them bad and what they should have done instead of what they are now. So let's start off with the worst of the worst. So, things like, I don't know, Scrap Brain Zone and Labyrinth Zone have stuff in it that make the zone extremely annoying and unfair. Such as things like, I don't know, things constantly going off. I may not have the lasers going off in the first act, but trust me, when you get to the second act, you'll see how annoying these things are. As you start going through this stage, things will get even more messier and messier. Yes, I do mean that literally. Labyrinth Zone is also so pretty unfair and annoying. But isn't it more than Scrap Brain Zone? Not exactly. The thing that makes this level pretty bad is that the lack of water breathing methods makes it unforgiving. I mean, there are a decent amount in Zone 1. Once you reach, and maybe in a little bit, and there are maybe a tiny bit less in Act 2, but not by much. The thing that makes this level very needlessly hard is that Sonic moves very slow. No. While I do understand why, it's still very annoying. Another problem that I have with these with Labyrinth Zone is that the water goes down. The drowning thing appears too quickly. I'm not too sure if that's intentional, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was. But I do like stuff like this where you actually have to find something you're looking for. I do like stuff like those. Those are pretty cool. But because of Sonic moving so slowly, stuff like this happens way too much. Yeah. You can now see why Labyrinth Zone is very hard. Things that I would change about both of these zones is to get rid of some of this stuff. That's not supposed to happen. Things that I would change about Sonic the Hedgehog, like for the bad zones, is to add spikes in less unfair spots, and get rid of those spots immediately. As well, I would increase the amount of bubbles. Sure, it would make it a little easy, but at least you'll have fun. Now Scrap Brain Zone, on the amount of decreasing that has to be done is almost, well, everything. I would keep the moving platforms. As annoying as they are, they're not as annoying as the others. Plus they do add the interest into the gameplay. I would also add more stuff like these, where you actually have to try to avoid them. Stuff like these are really, really cool. But a thing that I would remove from not only this zone, but also from the entire game, are those. These idiots are too annoying. And these things need to be less active. They don't need to go off constantly extremely fast. I would also add more parkour stuff like this. It's where the blocks actually turn invisible for a second, but then they turn into obstacle course material. Also, stuff like these are really cool too. But still, it's no wonder why I dislike this zone compared to the rest. It's very tedious, unfair, and not very fun. Now we get onto the zones which I think that are... Now we're going to be getting into the zones that I think that are okay, and they do have the stuff that I would like, but I just don't have enough of it. Stuff like Marble Zone and Spring Yard Zone, they do actually have stuff, like I said, that I like, but I don't. But the potential is just not very high enough. However, they are kind of fun. compared to Labyrinth Zone and Starlight Zone. Plus, with stuff like that, yeah. Yeah, he get the point. And Marble Zone does have stuff of like, if you take a look at here, yeah, the fire goes up. Stuff like that are I think are really cool, and they just need a little bit more of them. And that's the problem I have with these things. They're not unfair. They're not that unfair. Sure, there are some moments, but the tiniest of it is so little that it's not even considered it. Such as this. This zone has a perfect amount of stuff like this. I really like stuff like that. It's really cool. Plus, this zone, compared to all the other zones in the game, and aside from Green Hill, it actually has a fair amount of checkpoints. In fair places. And stuff like these are really cool too. I just think they need a little bit more of them. So, Marble Zone is more on the good perspective than anything compared to Spring Yard Zone. Not that Spring Yard Zone is bad, and it just needs a little bit more than what it has. We need more parkour stuff. More stuff that makes it fun. Also, those things are still there. I would definitely remove those. But when you go into Spring Yard Zone, do you see this? Do you see that coat right there? Yeah. It shows you that the Spring Yard Zone isn't gonna give you an easy time. I do like stuff like this. I just think that having enemies surrounding it feels a bit annoying. I mean, it's not a big issue, but it's still something that you could get rid of. Also, that thing following you is really weird. Cool, I would keep it in, but it's still weird. Also the spikes are very weird positions. I do like stuff like this, and like I said, it needs more of it, a lot more of it, to make it more fun. This zone can be pretty fun sometimes, however, it's definitely not as fun as the ones that I think are all good. Oh, and those things, while they are able to be killed, they are definitely not easy. I guess I'll keep them in because they're definitely not as annoying as those things that jump from many places. Just that it turns into pieces and then jumps everywhere. I definitely keep those in. But yeah, Spring Yard Zone, needs more than what it has. So I would take a few parts off and then increase the rest of it by times 2. Okay, now we move on to the zones where I think they're all good. Good. And the problems are very minimal. Now let's start off with Green Hill Zone. Like I said, the Green Hill Zone is just a starting level that makes you get used to the controls. And it serves its purpose correctly. Plus, it's really fun, and the places where the spikes are actually fair. There is no unfair points throughout this level, and I think that's the reason why I love it so much. Also, another thing that I like about Sonic 1 is the special stages, which comes out in later games. Starlight Zone is a... Sorry for the inconvenience, but as I was saying, Starlight Zone is a great level. For 2 things. One, it once again lacks unfair, and 2, it has one of my favorite soundtracks in the entire game. As well, I do think in the amount of obstacle courses they have in this level is actually fine enough. I would keep almost everything in this level. Sure, it's not perfect, but then again, is any of these zones? Also, like stuff like these where they take you to places. There's platforms like that. Those are really cool too. Just watch. Yeah, you see that? Those are really cool. But then you get stuck. But then here's my big gripe with this level. After that, you have to restart the entire zone, which is kind of annoying, but way Act 1's Starlight Zone is by a lot, mainly because of that one point I just shared. The Starlight Zone is still a great level, and so is Green Hill Zone. If you see in the Scrap Brain in the video, you'll know that, if you see in my last video, you'll know that Scrap Brain Zone has given me a lot of problems. So many problems that when I got to this zone, I was relieved. But yeah, this is the last zone. And it's the most unique boss in the entire game. In my opinion, of course. This is the very first final boss. The boss that actually is kind of hard. But not unforgiving. What you need to do in final zone is to avoid these electrical balls, which isn't too hard. But then, in fact, you can downright cheat it by just standing here. Plus, hitting it, isn't really the most challenging thing in the world. But it's the most unique boss in the entire game, and it's still really fun. In fact, I'm gonna play it until I either die or win it. Right now. To make sure that he crashes his Eggmobile. And then you see the credits play. And that right there, folks, is my review for Sonic the Hedgehog. So guys, that is my full review of Sonic the Hedgehog. So my full mini ranking on the levels was Scrap Brain Zone on last, Labyrinth Zone on second to last, Spring Yard Zone for not having enough, Marble Zone for most of it just needs a little more, Green Hill Zone at third, Starlight Zone at second, and Final Zone at first. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the Five Nights at East world videos that are coming next.